Hello, my name's Anthony and I'm the co-founder and owner of the Sumatra Camera Trap Project along with Punky in Sumatra. Today is a really special day for us as it's our 6th anniversary. We decided that we would throw out to our followers some questions for us to answer, and without further ado, we will get started. I have a question from my son Kai to get us started. Hello. So what's your question?
Why do you put cameras in the Sumatran jungle?
That's a really great question, Kai. We put cameras into an area of the Sumatran rainforest that no one's ever researched before. So everything that we find there is new information to science. This information goes from us to the Conservation Agency of South Sumatra, who use it to educate the people of the region as to what is sharing their lands with them. This then builds a better understanding and creates a connection between human population and nature. What do you think of that?
Good.
Good? Yeah? Right, now I have a question for you. You answer and then I will answer too. If you could be any animal from Indonesia, what would you be and why?
A fish.
Why would you be a fish?
Because I would like to swim because I don't know how to swim.
You don't know how to swim, so you'd like to swim?
Yes.
I think we need to get you swimming lessons then,
No.
don't we? No?
No.
Right. Well, I think I would be a tiger.
Why?
Why? I'd love to see the world through their eyes. Such a magnificent animal as a tiger, and see the trials of tribulation of daily life in the rainforest. Although I think I'd have to be a more active tiger to get a full experience, since they usually sleep for 18 to 20 hours a day.
Okay.
A bit like your dad.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So now on to the questions from our followers. First things first, how did the project come to life? The project really started as a conversation between me and Punky. At the time, I just made a really hard decision to leave my job in the zoo industry, which I was quite passionate about, and to move back to my hometown in order to be closer to my family and become a stay-at-home father to Kai. I was worried at the time that I'd never be able to work to protect animals ever again, so when a friend request from a name I had never heard of appeared on my Facebook profile, I initially thought nothing of it, but little did I know the impact that friend request would have on my life. The friend request was from Punky, a conservationist from Java Island who was living a semi-nomadic lifestyle in Sumatra, rescuing flora from deforestation areas and teaching young children about the environment as part of his own curriculum. After not many conversations, I remember I asked Punky what exactly lives in your local area, and the answer was, we don't really know. That was the moment I decided to take a risk and send a camera trap out to Sumatra, and the rest is history. The first camera was deployed to Isau Nature Reserve in late March 2018, and the first images returned to us about 6 weeks later. We decided to put everything online so we can be really transparent with our followers and create a conservation program that can be seen from day one to the current day. Some months we have a plethora of captures to share, others are sparse and we haven't got much to share, but we wanted to share the reality of projects such as this. It's still possible to go back to the first posts of our project and relive it from the start. This is an emotional story for us to tell because it has taken us both on a journey we never thought was possible. Tell us about Isau Nature Reserve. So Isau Nature Reserve is located between two regions of Lahat and Muara Enim. It's recognised as one of the biggest nature reserves in the South Sumatra, with a total area of around 160 square kilometres. The ecosystem is complex, mainly covered with lowland tropical forest with a central mountain at the height of around 1,600 metres above sea level. The aim of the nature reserve management is to protect the biodiversity of all species of flora and fauna living inside the rainforest. The biggest problems that the nature reserve is facing is illegal logging and the creation of illegal plantations. Are you planning on expanding to other areas of Sumatra? Yes, we are. We can't say too much at this moment, but we will be expanding this year into another area of Sumatra. So how many camera traps are out at the moment, and are they permanent, or do you move them around? How are you processing the data and what are you doing with it? So believe it or not, we started with a single camera trap, and that camera trap is still going. Currently we have around 8 camera traps in the field. The number of deployable camera traps fluctuates due to the harsh environment. The hot and humid Sumatran rainforest can drastically reduce the lifespan of our cameras. The cameras are attached to trees using a non-invasive fabric strap which allows us to move the cameras around. Has there been any poaching inside Isau? And what is the protocol if you do capture images of poachers? So historically poaching has occurred in Isau, but since our project has been running, incidents of poaching drastically reduced. This is due to the fact that the local population know that Isau is being monitored and they don't want to run the risk of being captured on video. We have captured images of poachers in the early days of the project, and this has led to a mitigation meeting between the Conservation Agency and the poachers themselves. We believe that approaching poachers from an area of understanding is the best method, since we rely on the support of the local population. We had one incident in which a poacher did not see the camera and proceeded to spend about an hour in front of the camera building a trap to capture birds. It was really like a how-to video of how to create one of these traps. If you took away the fact that he was collecting songbirds with tiny cages, it was quite fascinating to watch the skilled man producing a contraption with very specific purpose, but for the obvious reasons, these images can never be made public. Have you had any fun aware of the camera moments with the wildlife? So yeah, we have actually had a few images of sun bears and macaques making selfies, but none as good as the famous Sulawesi macaque selfie that caused quite a stir a few years back. So what's been everyone's favourite sighting? Not necessarily rare or unusual, just a favourite. There are so many to acknowledge, and it's really exciting to see the clouded leopard for the first time, and then to see him, the same individual that we've captured 8 times since 2020, again and again. It's really special to know that that animal is still living, a wildlife in the forest. The first images of a sun bear from Isao was a real special moment, as it was the discovery of a new population of mitred leaf monkeys. But really, in all honesty, some of the most unusual experiences are the things that we're not even allowed to talk about. What are the long-term goals for the project? Long-term, we hope that we can still be putting Isao under the spotlight, and we can achieve our goals of finding all 6 target species and gaining that upgrade to national park status. The upgrade to national park will secure the area with more protection in the form of a dedicated security unit who will conduct regular patrols to reduce the threats even further. What are the biggest challenges you face in achieving your goals? So in the early days it was communication and how the technology worked, with a gap around 7,000 kilometres between my location in southern England and the Sumatran rainforest. It made explaining how we use that technology quite difficult. Our first deployment, the cameras were placed too high, and I accept complete responsibility for that. The quality setting was placed on the lowest possible due to the fact that we didn't know how many triggers we were going to get. But trial and error has got us through those early day teething problems, and now we have a success with each deployment. Where do you see the project going in the future? I suppose the sky's the limit, really. We have some grandiose ideas that we would love to achieve, but for the shorter term we're looking to achieve either charity or foundation status to make it easier for us to access funds and grants in order to really expand our project in the ways that we would like to. Once we achieve this, we will connect with Punky's 2 other projects. The Jungle Library Project, which provides environmental education to the kids in the remote areas, and the Floral Rescue Project, which rescues endangered flora and propagates them in a greenhouse, returning them to the jungle. We can say, though, that once we achieve either status, we will be able to start new projects under the umbrella of the parent organisation. This is our real hopes and dreams. We have at least a 10-year plan in mind, and Sumatra Camera Trap Project will be a big part of that with every step of the way. Are there any collaborating agencies and organisations you'd like to highlight so we can keep up with their work? The South Sumatra Conservation Agency is our biggest collaborator and supporter since we started the project in 2018. They've given us access to a lot of conservation programmes inside and outside of Isao, including environmental education. Without them, we would never have been able to start this project. SOCP and OVAID for supporting our work from the very beginning. Both organisations do some amazing work with orangutans and are very much worth a follow. SOCP personally gave Punky the recommendation to reach global conservation networks for the part of the Durrell Academy and Jersey Zoo. Leanne at Lippy Art for the creations of amazing art from some of our captures. For something a little bit different, I would like to suggest the Västervisan Park, which is a centre in Sweden dedicated to the breeding of European bison or bison, and have been involved in returning these animals to the wild. When I visited the rewilding site in Romania in 2019, I learned how to track wild bison. The ranger stated that Avesta produced the most wild adjusted bison that they had received as part of the wild reintroductions, but I personally follow their work very closely as a European bison enthusiast. So on to the final question. What are the most pressing issues you face as a non-profit environmental entity, and how can the public help? Honestly, the best thing that people can do is share our work as far and wide as possible to anyone who might be even a little bit interested in what we do. We're incredibly grateful for any support we receive, as it gets us one step closer to reaching our goals within Isao. We do set up yearly fundraisers and we appreciate that money is tight for everyone, but even a small amount goes a long way for us. With that said, we are always blown away by the generosity of our supporters, and we couldn't have grown as much as we have without that generosity. Finally, thank you to everyone who submitted a question for us. If you wish to ask a question that hasn't been answered, please comment on the video and I will be sure to answer any comments that come through.
Hi everyone, it's Bunky. I just want to say million thanks for all of your amazing question in our Camera Trap project, and I just want to say thanks for all of your support, and please keep continuing supporting our Camera Trap project, because here we are in Sumatra, we're trying protect and also preserve our mother nature and also wildlife here together. I hope that you enjoy these videos, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.